Well, welcome guys, thanks for checking out this video. So Soulstorm is finally now out and available for the consoles, PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Now this did surprise me personally because I put that item on my wish list on the PlayStation Store about a week ago, and then last night at about 12:30 it just popped up as a notification saying one of the items on your wish list is now available for download. So if you actually own a PlayStation 5 you can actually download this game for completely free, and I believe that is just to try and push people away from the PlayStation 4 to try and get the PlayStation 5, even though it's a bit of a nightmare to try and get your hands on at the moment. So as this channel is more focused on retro gaming stuff, I can't help but tell you about the original games. Now they came out back in 1997 for the original PlayStation 1. I'm just going to quickly cover on this factor. So I actually did own that game, but I can't find my physical disc. I don't know where that has gone, but I did manage to track down my original demo. There's a lot of demos of the original game back in this, and people were very surprised about this game, and I know a lot of people supported it, and he was kind of considered as the original PlayStation 1 mascot, next to Crash Bandicoot, you would say. But this did have quite a different tone to what we were used to. Personally, me playing on the Mega Drive, we were used to 2D based games with kind of family friendly type of tone. This kind of did change that with a darker tone and more of a adult type of presence with how the game looked and feel. And this game is known for being tough, but a lot of people I know did actually play this and do remember Abe. Now not too long after the first one, we did get the second one in its series, which is the Abe's Exodus, which it did come with 2 discs, which was pretty nice. But if you actually own the very first game and you saw in the manual, it did state that this was the beginning of a quintology, which means there's going to be 5 Abe games in the whole Abe universe. So after we had these 2 from the PlayStation, nothing came out then for a long time until we had the PlayStation 2, and a lot of us were thinking, where's our next Abe game? Abe was kind of considered as one of the main mascots for the actual PlayStation. But then not too long after, when the original Xbox got announced, we actually had Abe sent over there, and that did confuse me and a lot of other gamers because we always situated Abe as a PlayStation mascot. And I do still have my original Abe's Munch Odyssey, and so I do like the game actual case on this, and the gameplay was pretty alright because they did incorporate a cooperative play. There were quite a few bugs in this, but the gameplay was still there, and it's a much appreciated game, but it was still very weird, and it was an Xbox exclusive at the time. Hey. And then not too long after that, we kind of had a side story called Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, another Xbox exclusive, but with these 2 titles now you can actually get these on the PlayStation Network, as they're now available on the PlayStation Store and through Steam and through other actual consoles as well these days. So now we're finally at the Oddworld Soulstorm, which is now a remaster of the second one in the series. So the whole Abe universe has kind of done a reboot. So we had the new and tasty version that came out quite a while ago, and now we're on the second one, Soulstorm. So in this video I'm just going to cover my first impressions of the very first 3 hours that are available, and thanks to PlayStation Network actually giving the PS5 owners actually completely for free. This game is developed and published by the original creator, Oddworld Inhabitants, which is always great to hear. It's designed as a reimagination of the 1998 Oddworld Abe Exodus. This is polished up and a good fresh take on it, running in a gorgeous 4K 60 FPS. You're greeted with a high quality animation, and the gameplay has kept to its original source in a 2D 0.5 side scrolling platform. The main protagonist has made a return again to the game, and his goal is to save his fellow Mudokons from slave labour, much like the first one. It starts off with him at his home base, with the Oogity Boogity chief guy, gonna go with that name for now, and he sat him down and he's stressing him out, saying due to his success of the first chapter, saving 300 fellow Mudokons, to not get too comfortable, as shit is gonna come down, and come down hard. Abe is then faced with the reality of Staten and an uprising against the ruthless corporization that kept his race enslaved. The Glucon evil protagonist makes his return from the first game. Spoiler, he survives, and he set out for revenge to finally get rid of Abe.
Not letting that Abe guy get away from us again.
You got it, bud.
The game was originally announced back in 2016 to be developed to have a 2017 release. So many delays in the game development changes with the company, they actually decided to do a complete story retake of the second game of Abe's Exodus, and due to its success of the new and tasty release, they found they ended up having a bigger budget for this release. I'm finding this game a great homage to its original. It's kept to its roots, but really filling in with that development that the original developments wanted to deliver. It's good to see Abe back to the PlayStation as a console exclusive. And racking up those Stig enemies is still even fun today.
What up, yo? What up? Heads up! Watch out! Let's go! Pickle like a biscuit!
I did experience a couple of bugs. This is the first release, making me reset to the checkpoint, as when I controlled one of the enemy sligs, the actual controls of the enemy just kind of panned left, and there was nothing I can do. I couldn't actually get out of it, so I just had to reset to the checkpoint, but then everything was fine. It only happened a couple of times. In this game, do prepare yourself to die quite a lot. It is quite a tough one at first, but the actually game is put into segments, and there's a lot of checkpoints in here, so every checkpoint you do does feel like a small victory, which is a fresh experience of gaming which I haven't done for a new console for a long time. The game features a new crafting system in which Abe can craft and customize different weapons. While the game is mostly linear, it features a massive train hub area where players can access new levels and areas, which is something I have not got to yet, as I'm in the first few hours.
You gotta hijack a train.
What? Hijack a what?
An update was released just a day after to 1.05 for the PlayStation 5, but I haven't found any official patch notes of it yet. I'm pursuing some general fixes and some patch ups. The Abe Oddysee series has some of the most beautiful animation, unique character, design settings and gameplay. It's great to see the series coming back, designed in a full retelling and introducing some further potential new players. So that was my first impressions of the first 3 hours gameplay of the new Oddworld Soulstorm. That is now the second one in the new rebooted quintology series of Abe. So that actually makes it the very first video I've done on the brand new game, because I'm a newbie YouTuber and the game itself was actually free on the day one of release. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and as always, as I end them, if you'd like to hit that button, you want to support this channel and you're brand new, click subscribe, leave your comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.